Imagine a world vastly different from our own, a world where giant ferns tower over dense swamps, and the air hums with the buzz of enormous insects. This is the Carboniferous period, a fascinating and alien chapter in Earth's history, spanning from 359 to 299 million years ago. The Carboniferous was a time of significant change and evolution, a period that shaped the planet we know today. It was during this time that vast coal deposits, from which the period derives its name, were formed. These deposits, formed from the decaying organic matter of ancient forests, would later fuel the Industrial Revolution. Our journey back to the Carboniferous takes us through layers of time, back to an era when life on Earth was undergoing a dramatic transformation. The continents were still on the move, slowly colliding to form the supercontinent Pangaea. The climate was warm and humid, with vast swamps and rainforests covering much of the land mass. Join me as we delve into this extraordinary period, exploring its unique environment, its bizarre inhabitants, and the challenges it would pose to modern humans. Prepare yourself, for the Carboniferous is not for the faint of heart. One of the most striking features of the Carboniferous was the incredibly high level of oxygen in the atmosphere. While today oxygen makes up about 21% of our air, during the Carboniferous, it soared to a staggering 35%. This abundance of oxygen had a profound effect on life. Insects, for instance, lack lungs like ours. They breathe through tiny tubes called trachea, which deliver oxygen directly to their tissues. With so much oxygen available, these trachea could be much smaller, allowing insects to grow to enormous sizes. Imagine dragonflies with wingspans of hawks, and millipedes that could grow to over 6 feet long. But it wasn't just insects that benefited from the oxygen-rich atmosphere. Plants also flourished, growing into towering forests of giant ferns, horsetails, and club mosses. These plants in turn provided food and shelter for a diverse array of animals. The Carboniferous was a time of incredible biodiversity. The lush, swampy environments teemed with life, from the smallest insects to the largest amphibians. The plant life was dominated by giant ferns, horsetails, and club mosses, some reaching heights of over 100 feet. These plants formed dense forests, their trunks covered in a thick layer of bark, unlike the trees we know today. The animal life was equally bizarre and fascinating. Giant insects ruled the skies, including the aforementioned dragonflies with their impressive wingspans. On the ground, enormous millipedes and scorpions scuttled through the undergrowth, while massive cockroaches, some the size of a human hand, scavenged for food. The Carboniferous also saw the rise of amphibians, the first vertebrates to truly conquer land. These early amphibians, some resembling giant salamanders, thrived in the warm, humid environments, laying their eggs in water and preying on the abundant insect life. For humans, the Carboniferous period would be a perilous and challenging place to live. The high oxygen levels, while beneficial for some creatures, would pose a significant threat to our health. Prolonged exposure to such high oxygen concentrations can lead to oxygen toxicity, damaging our lungs and other organs. Imagine trying to catch your breath in the dense, humid air, your lungs struggling to cope with the excess oxygen. The air itself would feel heavy and thick, almost syrupy. The constant threat of fire would be another ever-present danger. With so much oxygen in the atmosphere, even a small spark could ignite a raging inferno. Section 5, Giant Bugs and Amphibious Encounters. But perhaps the most terrifying aspect of the Carboniferous would be the wildlife. Imagine encountering a dragonfly the size of a hawk, its giant wings buzzing ominously as it swoops low overhead. Or picture yourself coming face to face with a 6-foot-long millipede, its segmented body writhing as it scuttles through the undergrowth. And let's not forget the amphibians. While many were small, some Carboniferous amphibians grew to enormous sizes. These creatures, resembling giant salamanders with sharp teeth and a taste for meat, would have been a formidable predator, even to humans. Section 6. Why we wouldn't last 5 minutes. Beyond the dangers posed by the fauna, the flora wouldn't be much friendlier. The Carboniferous forests were dense and tangled, their floors covered in a thick layer of decaying plant matter. Navigating this terrain would be incredibly difficult, especially given the lack of any familiar landmarks. And then there's the small matter of food. The plants of the Carboniferous were vastly different from those we consume today. It's highly unlikely that we could digest them, let alone find them palatable. And while the abundance of insects might seem like a potential food source, their large size and tough exoskeletons would make them a challenging meal to say the least. In short, the Carboniferous period would be a brutal and unforgiving environment for humans. From the high oxygen levels and constant threat of fire to the giant insects and predatory amphibians, surviving even a day in this alien world would be a remarkable feat. Section 7. The Carboniferous Collapse. The reign of giant insects and lush rainforests during the Carboniferous was not to last forever. Towards the end of the period, the climate began to change. The Earth entered a period of global cooling and drying, leading to the Carboniferous rainforest collapse. As the climate changed, the vast swamps and rainforests that characterized the Carboniferous began to shrink and disappear. The giant insects, so reliant on the high oxygen levels in humid environments, began to die out. The amphibians too faced challenges as their watery habitats dried up. The Carboniferous rainforest collapse was a significant event in Earth's history. It marked the end of an era, paving the way for the rise of new ecosystems and the evolution of new species. Section 8. Life finds a way. Despite the challenges posed by the changing climate, life found a way to adapt and thrive. The Carboniferous rainforest collapse, while devastating for many species, opened up new opportunities for others. Reptiles, with their scaly skin and ability to lay eggs on land, were better suited to the drier conditions. They began to diversify and spread, eventually giving rise to the dinosaurs. The Carboniferous also saw the evolution of amniotic eggs, a key adaptation that allowed animals to reproduce out of water. This innovation freed animals from their dependence on aquatic environments, allowing them to spread further inland and conquer new habitats. Section 9. A legacy in coal. The Carboniferous period left an indelible mark on our planet, not only in the fossil record but also in the very ground beneath our feet. It was during this time that vast deposits of coal were formed, a legacy of the dense forest that once covered the Earth. As the giant ferns, horsetails, and club mosses died, their remains accumulated in the swampy environments, forming thick layers of peat. Over millions of years, these layers were buried under sediment, the pressure and heat transforming the peat into coal. These coal deposits, formed during the Carboniferous, would later become a vital energy source during the Industrial Revolution, fueling the growth of industries and shaping the course of human history. Section 10. The importance of understanding the Carboniferous. The Carboniferous period holds immense significance for our understanding of Earth's history and the evolution of life. It was a time of dramatic change, from the rise of giant insects and amphibians to the formation of vast coal deposits. By studying the Carboniferous, we gain valuable insights into the interplay between climate, environment, and evolution. Understanding the Carboniferous also helps us appreciate the delicate balance of our planet's ecosystems. The Carboniferous rainforest collapse serves as a stark reminder of the interconnectedness of life and the profound impact that climate change can have on biodiversity. Section 11. A final word. As we've journeyed back through time to the Carboniferous, we've encountered a world both alien and familiar. We've marveled at the giant insects and amphibians, trembled at the thought of high oxygen levels and raging fires, and gained a newfound appreciation for the coal that powers our modern world. The Carboniferous period, though long gone, continues to fascinate and inspire. It reminds us of the incredible diversity of life that has existed on our planet and the powerful forces that have shaped its history. As we face the challenges of a changing climate in our own time, the lessons of the Carboniferous serve as a potent reminder of the importance of understanding and protecting our planet's delicate balance.